emotional intelligence. And so
Well,
that,
unfortunately for them, he is their ace.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Miguel Sano. Let's pick this guy up in every league, everywhere you can. If you see Sano sitting there, you should get him. And I don't take this lightly. This is the only person on the list that I'm dead serious about. This guy has the potential to still hit 30 home runs. Still. And if he
Well, I don't
walks,
know about the rest of the season, but
why?
for a total season, that's a lot of home runs
This
after
guy is
missing a month and a half.
he's had 16 at bats at AAA and he's got 2 home runs. And I'm telling you, this guy, you know what he is. He's Miguel Sano. He's supposed to be like the most powerful hitter in town. And he
Oh,
was.
I know. I see him a lot more than most people since I'm a White Sox fan. So I know exactly what you're talking about with him. But I just
Sano.
think that 30 home runs is going to be a stretch on the rest of the season. I could see him easily getting to the 20 to 25 range, but
Okay,
just
so
because
maybe
of
I'm
the fact that,
exaggerating, but I do think he could do
well,
it.
it's not even just that. You have to think about it. Say Cruz does go down for a week or two. Now he comes back. Now they're having to shuffle their lineup. So where's
No,
his
Sano
playing
plays
time?
third base. Sano.
Well, okay. Who do they
They were.
have playing third right now?
I'm going to check it out. I
Rosario?
think I read it. I was reading about it. So he can play first base and third base, but Marwin Gonzalez was listed as the backup third baseman, and they got Miguel Sano listed as the starting third baseman at RotoWire. But it also has him on the injured list. So of course the next one in line is Marwin Gonzalez, and then there's Astudillo where he plays catcher and he also plays first base. This fool plays everywhere. He plays second base, first base, catcher, third base. He plays right field, and that's all that they have him listed as. But if he could play all those, you pretty sure he could play everywhere. He catches. He can fit
Yeah,
in as your catcher. This guy just came
that
off the DL.
that kind of tells me though that you said Astudillo plays all those positions, man. I don't see him staying as a catcher for long then.
I love the fact that you can roster him as a catcher in fantasy, but he doesn't typically play back there. And that's even better, dude. Just even better. I love so Astudillo wasn't on the list to talk about today, but I would imagine that he's available in leagues. And
Well,
I
yeah, he's currently on the DL right now. So,
No, he just came off the
oh, did
DL,
he?
and I'm rostering him everywhere because I get to put him in as catcher, and he plays all over. Anyway, back to Sano, he's not going to have to compete for any playing time whatsoever. It's definitely his job to, take back. And I'm telling you, this guy could really cause some damage in the home run department. He had 424 at bats in 2017, and he hit 28 home runs. So, I mean, that's you figure everybody in baseball has had about 120 at bats by now, maybe 120. You
Yeah, for
think?
the most part, everybody should have had just about
So
that if they're an everyday player.
if he comes back and he gets 483 plate appearances, whatever, he's not going to get that many plate appearances. Okay, don't get crazy, Andy. Don't get crazy. But
And that was kind of my point is that you seem to keep thinking this was like, late April and he's about to come back and
it's
he's a
early May,
possibility. Well,
mid
yeah,
May.
but he's still not back yet. He's still probably a week or two away from being back.
Yes, well, he spent the last week at Double A Pensacola. He was 4 for 20, two doubles, a home run, and five RBIs in 5 games. Now he's 26 years old and he is not fully. I'm telling you, this guy is a monster. No doubt about it. He is a monster, and he has plenty of major league experience to know that he's going to do. He's going to hit like 260, and he's going to get home runs all the time. And the Minnesota Twins lineup is so freaking. It's just that thing is amazing. That lineup. That's probably the best. I'm telling you.
That's actually the scary part is the fact of how many home runs they have the best record in Major League right now.
Yeah, without him
How
and
many
the
home runs are they going to hit
a lot.
already? And now they're getting back this big power bat.
Yes, he's a monster. So if he's available, I can't stress it enough to go and check him out. They say the Twins are scoring over 5 runs a game on the season, but you know who else is scoring a lot of runs right now is the Angels. They're scoring like 6 runs a game for the past, I don't know, couple
Yeah, but their
weeks. Or
pitching is giving up like 12 runs a
their
game, so
pitching
it
is,
doesn't
yeah, the
really
run
help out.
differential is probably not in the positive, right?
Oh no, I don't care how well offensively they play, their pitching cannot hold it up.
Travis
Could you
Shaw.
imagine if they were a surprise and went after like a mad bum?
They would be so good. That would be so fun
That
for
would
me.
be such a ridiculous move for them that I mean, that really helps out their pitching
They
staff to
could
just
be,
add somebody like him.
and with Kluber out, dude, and they Cincinnati is or Cleveland is the worst team. I'm not kidding. I was so pissed off the other day. I don't know if you listened to our show on Sunday, but I'm pretty sure you do. The
I do.
I can't stand Jose Ramirez. I can't
I know
stand
you
him.
can't.
He really pissed me off the other day when I'm trying to watch Bauer pitch, and he just can't do shit. He can't hit, and the whole team can't do shit. They can't do shit defensively, and they can't hit. So anyway, I did get kind of told though by a caller, right? He was like, "Why are you going to tell people to sell Jose Ramirez on 30 cents on a dollar?" And I say because he's horrible, and I would never sell a player at his lowest value. It's my number one motto, dude. Don't sell a player at his lowest value. But this guy is, I'm not kidding. Sometimes it's better to just take what you can get and see you later.
And I would agree with you on that because I was I was trying to shop Ramirez actually early in the off season of my dynasty league and was not able to get anything. And now I am so pissed because if I do sell him,
Yeah, it's gonna
what
be
am I going
horrible.
to get?
Well,
I'm
how
not.
about this? This is how I look at it because I've thought about this, and even I don't even own this guy, but I've thought about how to get rid of him. How many ways to kill your, I don't know, your boss? Is that the name of the show? Okay. Anyway, this would be it. You have to find a pitcher. I would target a pitcher if I were you. I think that's the best way to go about it. But a pitcher that you think is very good and that is totally underrated at this point. You would have to find something like that you could take a chance on with high upside, but not somebody like everybody's waiting for. Do you know who I love too that's not on this list to talk about, but I think it's worth a mention is Josh James in Houston. He's not in the rotation, and I didn't ever think he was going to be this year because they have Brad Peacock. Their rotation is packed to the mat. You know, it's full of good pitchers. So I didn't think he would get in the rotation, but he's up and he is in the bullpen right now, and he's on fire. Like he's doing really good so far in his career. Nobody's even noticing him.
Well, and the sad part, he was getting drafted quite a bit this off season.
They
So,
must have dropped him then, I think, because I was able to pick him up all over the place.
yeah, I mean, he has pitched really well. Well, I think it was more spring training. They were hoping he was going to actually make the rotation since they lost Charlie Morton. But
We wrote
hey,
about him in the draft guide. I mean, he was a prospect that was ready to actually be a rookie, not just like Brendan Rodgers who I mean, some of
you
these
know, the Astros are such a scary team, though, when you really look at everything like
there's
that. All the prospects they still have, what they have in the majors, it's just insane.
I know. Houston's a great team and especially good for pitchers. They just excel when they go there. I think that's quite obvious, that you're looking at guys like Colin McHugh and Wade Miley in the rotation that just are mediocre pitchers at
Well,
best.
was it McHugh just sent down? Somebody was just
Maybe he
sent down
was
and a
sent
rookie
down.
was called up.
One of those two wasn't doing
They
very good.
passed over Forrest Whitley and called up another.
Is it Josh James?
No, it was another one.
They have like fucking so many pitchers in their top
I know.
prospects, don't they?
Well, and then they have the two outfielders. I put the one in here, Jordan, and then he came up last year at the end of it didn't do well. Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
Yes.
He's just, I don't know if he's ever going to pan out. He might be one of those just question marks that never gets answered because,
Yeah, I mean, right now he's got a really good on base percentage, but his average is garbage. And he's really being overshadowed by a lot of their other prospects. But also, Forrest Whitley is not pitching well in the minors, well, AAA right now either.
okay, I want to talk, let's play buy, sell, or hold on players. Buy, sell, or hold, okay? I'm starting
Yep.
off with Travis Shaw. This guy is not good. He's batting less than the Mendoza line, maybe right at the Mendoza line. What is the Mendoza line? Is it like 180? Because he's less than it, if it
No,
is.
I thought it was a little bit over 200. I thought it was like 211 or
What is the
212,
fucking
something like
Mendoza
that.
line? Mendoza line. Let's find out on Google. Mendoza. We have to spell it first right. Mendoza line. Let's make a guess. I say it's about one. I think it's in the hundreds, but I could be
I
totally
could have
wrong.
sworn it was like a 211, 212, something like that.
It's 215.
Okay.
So you were right about this. It's a batting average of 200. The Mendoza line is a batting average of 200. So, okay, I'm going to say that we're both right because it was right. Okay, I like to be right too.
Well, you did hear, oh God, who was it? Kipnis or Dozier, one of those two, and I can't remember. They got pulled over by a cop, and the cop says to him, "Shouldn't you focus more on hitting 100 than driving 100?"
Wait, are you guys both hearing me and you're hearing both of us now, right? Because I'm just reading the chat room and it says no Chuck. Okay, no Chuck.
Well, that was a while ago,
Yeah, they would have
because I
said
think that was
something
when I
again.
disappeared off. Yeah.
And okay, good. So you guys gotta like update me in the chat room and let me know that you hear me and shit like that. So you guys should, whoever's listening to this, we're going on iTunes after this episode. Are you pleased about this, or maybe I already put us up there? Did I? I think I did.
Uh,
We have
well,
a
I'm
show on
fine if we're on
iTunes.
it. Ooh, now
I.
we're fancy.
Well, you should be proud that you were submitted in the first round of shows to iTunes because I put in ours, Aloha's. I think I put in both of Lou's shows, and that was it. So maybe you should be like kind of proud of this because that, yeah, yes, I
That
hear
did
both
make me
and
feel
shit like
better.
this. Okay, good. So Travis Shaw, dude, this guy, forget it. The Mendoza line, he's lower than the Mendoza line. He's striking out 31.3% of the time, and that was like he was at 18. He was only striking out 18% last season. He was good last season. He's not even making good contact out. Like even if he swings at the ball inside the zone, same bad contact. Yeah,
Yeah,
outside
the
the
only
zone,
good thing you can really say about him is for the fact that well, no, the only thing I can say good about him is the fact that he plays second and third.
that's the only thing good about him. But if he's not doing it at all, I had to take him out of a lineup. I took Daniel Murphy out of a lineup. I also just now took Matt Carpenter out for a minute. I have no questions about Matt Carpenter, by the way. Just bench him for a minute. He will come back. He does this. It seems like this is a normal thing for him. But Shaw, forget it. If he's going, dude. I'm dropping him. I will drop him if I have to. I know that even though he plays two positions, he's still there's other
He's not worth
players.
it.
There's other players that can play those positions in Milwaukee. Like they have
Ooh,
Mustakas.
Otani just hit a home run.
Yay, Otani. Okay, good. I hope I have him in my lineup. I fucking have too many leagues this year, dude. That's all there is to it. I have too many leagues.
Yeah, I limited myself. I think I only have like five or six.
I have 11 leagues and I can't keep up because I have a total of five
I would
different
have a headache.
five websites. CBS,
Yeah,
let
I'm
me
not
see,
that bad. I'm on two.
more than that. I have Yahoo, ESPN, CBS, On Roto, RT Sports, Fantrax. Did I say Fantrax? Um, and did I say Yahoo? Whatever. I have a billion. It
I think you said
sucks.
Yahoo, but
NFBC is another one. I mean, how
yep,
many
there we
fucking
go.
how many websites does a person have to go to? That's why you need fantasypros.com, and I'm doing an ad for them, even though they didn't pay me. But they have a great tool there where you can
Well, just tell them that they owe you money for it.
well, they let me use all of their expert stuff for free because I put my rankings in there, so I just am so thankful for that. But they have this thing with a multi-league analyzer where you can type in a player's name and it will tell you how many leagues he's available in and which leagues they are. And they upgraded from last year, so now you can actually click on a link that will take you right to the page that you need to pick him up, you know? So that is nice. The only
That's
thing they
helpful, yeah.
can't do is make moves for you in Fantasy Pros, but that would be like the ultimate to go to Fantasy Pros and be able to change all your fucking leagues around. Okay?
That's actually some. I can't believe a website hasn't designed something like that. Something
There
that'll help you with your lineup, and you can change them all across all the websites on their one website.
Dude, do you know the tools that they have over there? I hate to be an infomercial for another website, but I really do think that it's all about promoting good tools for people to use. And Fantasy Pros is amazing. You can go in there and you can find trades. You could type in which league, you can choose the league that you want to make a trade, and it'll find a trade for you in that league. If you tell it the players that you want to trade away, it will find trades for you to offer people. It's a great tool. It's got a ton of shit. So yeah, I couldn't even say anything more. They're going to be the first ones to get it because they're actually a data company. They're not even, some little run from your house, like in your attic, like me running a website. They're actually like a data they store data, all of the player data. That's how they have such
Well,
good
yeah, that
shit.
kind of makes it easy to. make everything bounce around. And